and let us all do we can to build a better future.
I know a lot of people have different opinions about her, former Representative Tulsi Gabbard. But this madness that's happening with Ukraine, Daily Beast came out with this heavy hitter kind of story. I mean, spot on, they got her. They got Tulsi Gabbard somehow. Even though she's no longer a politician, she's a private citizen now. She's not in Congress. 2 years out of Congress, and corporate media still can't get over there. So triggered by her because, she could have ran as a third party in 2020. Hillary Clinton said she was a Russian asset, that she was a Syrian asset. She was all this stuff. This evil mastermind. Woogie, boogie, boogie. Oh, and she had the audacity to vote president during the Trump impeachment, which was bullshit in my opinion. Now, because of all this stuff of Russia, woogie, boogie, boogie. Don't get scared, folks. If you get scared, hide behind a blanket. It's okay. Apparently, Daily Beast got this. Accused Russian agent gave to one politician, Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, God, how much did they pay her? How much money? How much influence? Base, it's got bare minimum 5 figures. At max 6 figures. At maximum 7-figure kind of payout. I mean, we're so used to this kind of corruption all the time in America. We see these lawmakers get bribed by corporations, both domestic and foreign countries. You know, I mean, let's face it, thanks to the Supreme Court decision of Citizens United and McCutcheon's decision where money is speech and corporations are people, you know, our politicians are bought. Money will buy them. So in the article, Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democratic congresswoman from Hawaii and 2020 presidential dark horse candidate, has long perplexed U.S. officials and observers, which are seemingly inexplicable pro-Russian positions. She's against war, all right? So, you know, yes, she's been on Fox News, but she's been saying, hey, look, this war in Ukraine is BS, and the further it goes, it will become nuclear. So I agree with that, okay? There we go. And a new development this week is sure to reinforce the half-jokes that Gabbard is a Russian asset, as it turns out her campaign took money from one. The agent, dual Russian-American national, Elena Branson, also known as Elena, I'll probably get her name wrong, Sergenik, stands accused of illegally pushing pro-Russian policies in the United States for nearly a decade. So, wait a minute. Even before Tulsi Gabbard threw her hat in the ring, she's been here for a decade, and none of these U.S. officials or CIA agents were able to stop her or do anything about it? You hitting those home runs, Daily Beast. Got that Hillary Clinton check, didn't you? Bravo. So, continuing on. At the direction of top Kremlin officials without registering under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, according to a criminal complaint federal prosecutors filed this week in the Southern District of New York State. But in all her time lobbying for Russian goals, she gave money to just one federal candidate, Tulsi Gabbard, according to Federal Election Commission records. And Elena Bronson made 2 donations in 2019 to Gabbard's presidential campaign. The filings tied the donation to Branson's former address at a $1 million condo at Central Park West. However, the merchant banker listed her occupation as not employed. Well, let's face it, there's always some loops and holes that these people can do, you know, if they want to get that $1 million condo in New York State. I mean, let's face it, you know, if they know the right people, and she's been here for a decade now, she probably knew the right people. Continuing on. Branson lived in the United States for decades and holds American citizenship, so the contributions were legal. Okay, so these contributions were legal. Okay, fine. While the combined total of these donations isn't colossal by any means, a whopping $59.95. $59. Face. You know, you don't have to say anything or anything like that. You give a hand gesture or an opinion. $59.95. That's earth-shattering money right there. They got her. You can buy a lot of soda pops. Was that one? Or as pops, as we like to call it here in Chicago, Yeah, $59.95. Hey, audience. Let's keep this image up here, but I'm talking directly to the audience. Hey, be creative with this one. In this current economy that we're in, what can $59.95 do for you? We're gonna do prices right, like name products. What can you do? Can you and also to some of you, hey, can you fill up a whole tank of gas, $59.95 wherever you're at? You think they'll take care of your gas? Let us know. Be creative. We're gonna clip this. Be creative in the comment section below. What can $59.95 do for you? So anyways, yeah, $59. Oh, man. Wow. Heavy hitting money. I would dread to think that there are lawmakers that got more money than that ever and did real corrupt stuff. I mean, that would never happen in this democracy, right? It would never happen here. Guys, you don't think that there's politicians out there that really got real dark money that's in 7 figures or 6 figures? You don't think that would happen in this country? It is intriguing, yes. So continuing on with the article. They do raise questions about why an alleged Russian agent tasked with currying favor with U.S. politicians would zero in on Gabbard and only Gabbard. According to the Justice Department press release, Branson, who fled the United States last year and remains at large, even though she was here for 10 years, a decade, has ties to top Kremlin brass and corresponded with Putin himself. Then why did the agencies arrest her? Hey, why did you jagoffs do your fucking job? You incompetent bastards. She was here for 10 years. You didn't do anything to stop her? At the direction of the Russian government, she led a years-long campaign to identify the next generation of American leaders, cultivate information channels, and shape U.S. policy in favor of Russian objectives. FBI Assistant Director in Charge Michael J. Driscoll said in the press release. Of course, Gabbard is a longtime favorite of the Russian propaganda machine. Where's the proof and evidence for this? What, she goes on Fox News advocating against war? Okay, fine. She hired an alleged Russian agent on her campaign, and her Putin backing has struck officials and political observers as well out of the norm for years. Perhaps most famously, her support for Russia intervention in Syria while defending dictator Bashar al-Assad. That strange pattern continued even after Gabbard left office in 2021, this year. As Putin prepared to invade Ukraine, Gabbard parroted Russian talking points, urging the Biden administration to guarantee that Ukraine will never join NATO, a longtime Kremlin demand. Well, there was a few other things that led to the conflict to happen. Plus, let's not forget, a lot of our favorite Democratic and Republican lawmakers have oil deals and financial deals in Ukraine. You know, everyone's favorite congressperson, senator. Your senator probably has some money in Ukraine. They don't tell you that, but, you know, these people in Washington, D.C. are not good people. You think they're angels? You think they're saints? Because, they're for NATO and everything. No, they're not. They're not good. They're not good people. Russia appears to have reciprocated. For instance, when Gabbard announced her 2020 aspirations, many of the sites that helped Russia interfere in the 2016 U.S. presidential elections came to her side. You mean all those Facebook ads? Russiagate turned out to be a conspiracy theory? Okay. Her campaign also received thousands of dollars from a number of influential Russian backers in the United States. The complaint against Branson, however, could offer another clue. The alleged spy conducted an off-the-books lobbying campaign targeting officials in Gabbard's home state of Hawaii regarding the name of a state park. That campaign ultimately yielded charges of conspiracy to act as unregistered foreign agent against Branson. According to the FBI's agent's sworn statements, the lobbying project involved communications with a member of Congress, an unidentified Representative 1. At the time, the complaint said Branson worked in concert with Russian diplomats to block a local proposal to change the name of Russian Fort Elizabeth, a 19th century former Russian military installation on the island of Kanoa. If I said that name correct. Apologies if I did not. Some residents and activists wanted to restore the fort's Hawaiian name, a move that would literally wipe Russia off the map. All right. But according to the complaint, Branson spearheaded the Kremlin resistance by providing Hawaiian officials with messages from Russian officials and by organizing a trip for Hawaiian officials to Moscow to meet with high-ranking Russian government personnel. The complaint said this violated federal lobbying laws because Branson never registered with the Justice Department as an agent of the Russian government. She also never reported the work. Well, see, if they knew she was here for 10 years, and everything else. I mean, they had to know. So right now what this is the FBI is trying to cover their ass. It's inexcusable. I mean, come on. NSA didn't do their job. CIA didn't do its job. The State Department didn't do its job. The FBI didn't do its job. Competence all around. Somehow, Tulsi getting that $59.95. Earth-shattering money there. Great job. Woo! Yeah, she's rolling up with the big bucks right there. The FBI agent's affidavit cites an email, again, with a councilwoman, Felicia Cowden, forwarded to Branson in 2019 between Cowden and an individual working in the office of a member of the United States House of Representatives, Representative 1. In the email, as quoted in the affidavit, Cowden asked the staffer whether the representative would like to meet with an extraordinary group of people regarding Russian diplomacy. The email notified the staffer that the group would include Branson and 2 diplomats from the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C. The affidavit said that email was dated February 7th, 2019. 9 days later, Branson made her first donation to Gabbard in a curious amount of $49.95. Okay. Well, the thing is, representatives are supposed to meet with foreign diplomats and representatives. What, you don't think, there's pictures of good old Hillary Clinton meeting with people from Russia or any other dictatorship? I mean, she has. Remember, Hillary Clinton was also a Democrat, U.S. Senator. She had to meet with foreign diplomats, too. Even from our country's enemies, too. I mean, no one talks about that. No one talks about how, you have Republican lawmakers meeting with dictators and tyrants. You had former members of the Bush administration meeting with people like Saddam Hussein, but, we don't talk about that. These politicians are not angels or saints. It's not clear whether Gabbard attended the meeting. Okay, it's not clear. Do you have evidence or proof that she met with these people? Or she or her office had any direct contact with Branson or the Russians. However, a few months later, Branson organized a trip to Russia for a group of local Korea officials, including Cowden, where they met with Kremlin officials. All right, well, was Tulsi Gabbard there or any members of her staff? I mean, it's important to show. The complaint includes photocopies of a thank you card that Cowden allegedly sent Branson for welcoming the people of Kauai. Again, the photocopies include a handwritten post-it on which Cowden wrote, "I am not coming or communicating because I'm being watched. It feels wrong for me to be involved that way." A second note on the back reads, "It is on the American side." Okay. But was anyone from Tulsi Gabbard's group there? Or Tulsi Gabbard? Okay, show it. The park's name has not been changed and still is and is still a matter of contention. Branson's case is entirely novel. Russia has long relied on its diaspora in the United States and around the globe to make connections and push for policies that favor Russia. I want to just scroll down here at the bottom, though. A Gabbard spokesperson provided a statement that the former congresswoman did not know about Branson's donations until the Daily Beast reached out. Congresswoman Gabbard's campaign has received thousands of contributions over the years, so she was not aware of Branson's minuscule contributions of $10 and $49.95 to Tulsi. Now, nor is she aware of having any interaction with her. The statement said that the spokesperson also claimed Gabbard was not familiar with any park or fort or any issues around this. The historic state park is located in Gabbard's district, and at least one local activist group claims to have prepared a petition about the matter for Gabbard's office. All right, but Gabbard is no longer a politician now. She's out of the game. What more can you do? She's not in Congress anymore. In light of the charges against Branson, Gabbard intends to donate the contributions to a charity, the spokesperson said. Despite the fact that Branson's contributions were minuscule on principle, Branson's contributions will be donated to a charity that supports veterans because it appears that Branson may be acting as an agent for a foreign country, the spokesperson said, adding the feds had not reached out to Gabbard's team. And that's important. Tulsi Gabbard's team needs to be reached out to. The spokesperson also claimed that Gabbard was not Branson's only target, asserting that Branson had contributed to a number of other Democratic candidates and committees as well. This, however, is not true, but a reference to a different Elena Branson who lives in California and confirmed to the Daily Beast that those other donations were hers and that she had not been served with a criminal complaint for acting as an unregistered agent of the Kremlin. So what does this mean in the long run? I don't know. Will there be a further investigation? Probably, but this seems like the rent was due kind of article. You got to show proof and evidence. And the how the thing is, $59.95. Is that earth-shattering? No. Is that relevant to Tulsi Gabbard's current situation? She's not in politics anymore. She's a private citizen. I think this is just right now to just cause more anger and hate with this ridiculous conflict that's taking place. And I think we all know what this is. It's BS.